celebrity. But speaking of celebrity deaths, I think you got a little article
Oh, yes.
about it. We've had a bunch of them in a row.
We really have. And a little bit like Norm Macdonald, I don't think a lot of people were aware that Paul Reubens had cancer.
I don't think he told a lot of people.
Yeah. I was also surprised he was fucking 70. Mm-hmm. The fuck? Mm-hmm. Guy was ageless. Until he wasn't. Actor Paul Reubens playing the character Pee Wee Herman in December 2009. Oh, I'm reading a caption of a picture. His death from cancer was announced Monday, and it was a shock that many people didn't expect, writes Lindsay Holmes for, what am I giving these people? The HuffPo, for those in the industry, Huffington Post. A beloved public figure's death can be a shock many don't expect. Many lean into their grief. Others are surprised to experience such a strong personal reaction. I'm under that category. I think this sort of hit me. I didn't know him. Some have thought, so why am I this upset? Exactly. According to David Kaplan, a child professional officer of the American Counseling Association, do we really need that? We grow up with these people, he told HuffPo. We see their movies, we hear their music on a regular basis, and we really get to know them in a sense that they become a member of our family, especially the ones we really like. So when they die, it's like an extended member of our family dies. It's somebody that we feel like we really know. We may grieve celebrities because our dream was to emulate their career path, or because a celebrity death can also remind us of our mortality. Samantha Jeffries, a business coach, adds, with the ability to share in the death and grief on social networks, there is a feeling of needing to be a part of that, she theorized. There is a sense of community in those who are grieving together by posting thoughts on social media. It is almost as if we are a part of it, sharing our own thoughts and experiences for others to read. So a lot of it is just like getting an endorphin rush by joining in on the grief. I can see a lot of that. They also remind us, and this is a good reminder, people throw around the word depressed a lot. Depression is a clinical term, and a lot of times when people say they're feeling depressed, they're really just sad. The words are very powerful, and it's important to make a distinction. So there it is. Joe, obviously, my first question is, how would you react, John Mayer, headlines dead? Look at this, right here. No poker face, baby. Right here. Oh, she's processing.
No, because he is so good at saying the words when someone else passes.
Okay.
He's so eloquent and has a really great perspective on life and death. So who'll do it for him? That will be the real tragedy. Who will offer a eulogy or words of comfort?
I can't believe you're auditioning for his funeral. Only you.
I definitely understand it's the idea of facing your own mortality, right? Especially when there's the nostalgia factor. If it's an actor or a musician that you watched or listened to growing up, they've been there with you in certain stages of your life.
Right.
And then for them to be gone, it's it makes you feel like you've lost a bit of that. It's especially tough when there are certain celebs where you're like, how are they still alive? And then the others who pass, and you're like, 70's young.
It's young. He looked younger. Again, there was something going on with Paul Reubens. The man never aged. I mean, he was on Broadway as Pee Wee a couple years back.
Yeah.
He looked exactly the same.
You know, it's something about the eyeballs, kind of like the Matthew Broderick effect. I think when the eyeballs are that big and round, it offers that childlike quality.
Well, then you've got some luck, although we already have the Joanne graphic to know how you're going to look.
Yeah.
But you do have gigantic eyes.
That's true.
Yeah, well, and also, what am I going to do? Because you're sick of it, but my little pitch letter to prospective guests always includes the elevator pitch that our show is a little bit Pee Wee's Playhouse and live with Kelly and Ryan, or now Kelly and Mark. It's a sort of a mixture of that. Do I continue to say Pee Wee's Playhouse too soon? Because I think we do have an element of that. That's how much Pee Wee's Playhouse meant to me.
I think you leave it in there so long as we talk about his death every single show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And by me. He certainly did other fun things, but of course Pee Wee's is the one that's going to be remembered.
My parents loved Pee Wee's, was it called Big Adventure?
Oh, sure.
I watched it way too young. I was way too young to see it the first time I saw it. I found most of it terrifying.
Large Marge is a rough scene.
Large Marge, all the motorcycles, even him on the bar dancing to tequila. There is something slightly sinister. I think I think it was him dancing on his toes in those shoes. I was like, how does he do that?
I you saw him in the same shot.
Also, everyone at the Alamo seemed to really not like him. And as someone who needs to be liked, that gave me anxiety.
I would have loved to have watched you watch Pee-wee.
So, yeah, but my parents loved it. And so I did watch Pee-wee's Playhouse growing up. And didn't he, unless this was in the movie, there's a scene where he's making breakfast and it's like this whole contraption.
Oh, of course you'd love that. That's mukbang for you.
Yeah, I think that's where it started. Thankfully I didn't join a biker gang. Instead, I just watch videos of people making and eating breakfast.
It's funny, and I know it was meant for laughs and everything, but as a kid, I really didn't like that scene because he doesn't put milk in his cereal and he eats it with a fork. And that really bothered the fuck out of me.
That's delightful, Bill. It's kooky.
Didn't like it. Back then I took cereal very seriously.
Okay.
So.
Well, here's the question for you. Milk first or cereal first?
Oh, what am I, a fucking heathen? Of course the cereal first.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Who
so
does
weird.
that?
There are some people who do milk first, and I think it's
Special needs, yeah. They're all in a hospital.
Because you need to know.
Padded walls.
The ratio, it's milk to cereal, not cereal to milk. Too much milk or too little milk can ruin the bowl. So you need to have the cereal in there first to gauge the milk amount.
Did you ever put your breakfast lab coat on, mix and match? I would get peanut butter crunch mixed with regular Captain Crunch, or peanut butter crunch mixed with
the roof of your mouth must have been bloody as a child.
Oh yes. Oh God, that's right. They really did do that. Or Flintstone Pebbles, whatever they were called, the chocolate kind the chocolate kind with Count Chocula with the peanut butter crunch.
Oh well,
that's
clearly.
Yeah.
The only thing. Growing up, we were really boring, so it was plain Rice Krispies that you'd sprinkle sugar on.
Yes.
Or Honey Nut Cheerios. But now, as an adult, just a little more sensible if I am mixing, I just add granola to whatever cereal.
You like muesli? You like granola? You like
muesli, granola.
How's the roof of your mouth?
It's fine. I don't know what it is about Captain Crunch specifically.
Yes.
But it would destroy you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, we were more of a circle family. So Apple Jacks, Honey Nut Cheerios, the circles.
There was, I think it was a trend, probably started when Seinfeld was really bringing the whole cereal market to another level. There was cereal places in New York where you go and there's like 90,000 different types of cereals, and you go and you make it there. You put the thing up and it comes on.
I remember.
Yeah, I don't think that lasted long.
I think it was like 10 years ago. That was like the trend.
It was a big thing. And it was like, of course, near Times Square. Maybe directly in it, but I don't think they lasted.
And now it's just probably replaced by a sugar store. It's sugar.
They should probably bring that back because I bet people were eating a fuckload of cereal during the pandemic. You're too lazy to go out and get proper dinner or weren't able to, but you had a bunch of cereal in the place. Maybe they're sick of it.
No, but just think about if you have kids, if you're a tourist in New York City.
Perfect.
The kids are like, I'm hungry. You just get them a bowl of cereal. Granted, it probably costs $15.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't cheap, sure. Yeah.
I'm sure what did they say? Some of the best profits are bagel spots. Although now with the cream cheese, that's getting expensive. But the cost of a bagel and then the upcharge, for what you can sell it for. I imagine cereal is similar. If you buy those huge bulk bags, you can mark it up.
Oh, yeah.
To a point where the consumer will still buy it. Look at me. I sound so smart. Shark Tank.
You didn't even promote your book.
It promotes itself, Bill.
I don't think you know what that means.
I don't need to anymore.
Promotes itself.
I myself
It is
am
an
the
audio
brand,
cover.
An audio cover.